On this edition of Inside Story, we meet the woman awarded with one of the highest honours in the United States for her tireless work in helping the homeless. And we see why the road to her charitable success has been hard fought. Hello and welcome to Inside Story. I'm Kumi Taguchi. Every year, hundreds of people...
This edition of Crossover, I'm Chi Xiaojun with David and Bebe, our new friend. Welcome first.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bebe's been living, you've lived in America for many years.
Many years. I went over when I was 14.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not going to tell you how many years. That's going to reveal my age.
And now you're back home, working in Beijing as a radio DJ. Remember in 2009, there is a huge campaign about an island in Australia, say the best job in the world. They work, you know, the one, if you win the job, you need to only work for like 3 hours a week.
Something like that. Take some pictures, write the blog.
This was where?
In Australia.
Australia.
The Great
Sorry, too late, David.
The Great Barrier.
You missed it. You missed it already.
But we have now a Chinese version.
Wow.
Of that, the best job maybe in China, second best job in the world. It's really, again, it's about an island in the lake in Henan.
Okay.
It's the title, official title is called Daozhu in Chinese. Basically, it means head of the island.
Oh, okay.
And
the
job is about, you know, if you're hired, you need to, you're the caretaker of the islands, and you take pictures, write articles or blogs, feed birds, and take care of monkeys on those islands. And you work, well, not as good as the one in Australia. Well, that's the winner, actually. 4 days a week. Well, she's got the payment. It's 300,000
renminbi.
Renminbi, 300,000 renminbi for a year. She's the winner.
That's not bad.
The winner.
Wow.
That's what, like 20,000, over 20,000 a month, right? It's a decent, very good salary in China.
That's a very good salary in China. And so these duties for why did they want someone to take care of the island?
He's like so interested.
I want to know.
Again, it's just too late.
No, I want to meet that woman.
Wow.
With the salary of 300,000.
Can I go visit you?
We could find our own island. Maybe.
Yeah, seriously.
Anyway, I guess this is another promotion campaign, just like the one they did with the Australian island.
Yeah, I think it's more for promotional purposes.
Oh, okay.
But again, these days, because every day we're facing all these new choices, new inventions, or say new professions, new jobs. And these are the ones that many people would, you know, look after.
I would go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a break for like a year or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've always wondered.
But the thing is, if you have to live in an island all by your own.
Oh, I'll invite David. I'll invite you over. Yeah, we'll have a little party.
That sounds good, but I thought there were monkeys and stuff. You're not alone completely.
All right. Yeah, talk to them then. But talking about these new professions, and we have actually today a whole list of these new jobs. The first one, professional fans.
Like
in showbiz, you know, if a singer or a movie star, celebrity goes somewhere, and you know the companies, the agencies may organize a huge group of fans to meet you at the airport, and some of them are real ones and some are organized ones.
That's so sad. To know that like half of the people who are like meeting
just
you
say, look, take a look.
At the airport are fakes.
You're right, baby. That'd be sad to know that these people know.
You know, you turn around, each are paid like 50 kwai.
Wait. We're not saying that all these fans are fake ones. I mean,
some of them.
They are real ones.
But some of them are.
You don't know who are not.
Yeah.
I guess that's the beauty of it. You can't tell. Right?
But the thing is, and I've heard a lot about it. I mean, there is that industry, and there is even a company doing the job in this regard.
Like an agency.
Organizing fans, professional ones, and they pay you by how devoted you are in your acting. Say.
Well, if you wanted to pay me, I will be your professional fan.
I think if you
come on,
Xiaojun, 我爱你.
That's 50.
And then he runs away.
Yeah, right. No.
And if you want to earn 80 kwai, that's you have to hold a banner or something, you know, with the name.
We love you. Things like
something like that.
Forget it.
And what about?
That's easier to do.
Okay, 200. What do you need to do?
Crying, or no, like
crying.
Running all the way up, saying, oh, "I've loved you all my life. Like you've changed my life." Something like that.
Okay, about 300 then.
I don't know.
Or tears.
Something dramatic.
Or tears. You have to burst into tears.
Listerine mouthwash, like before you meet the star. Yeah.
And if you know, you're so
Devoted.
into that, it's so devoted into that, and you'll get 500 if you faint.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
That's
easy enough.
So, yeah.
Just don't eat for a few days.
And then you get paid for 500.
Yeah. Want to have a try of it?
Not unless, well, it depends. If the fans are all these beautiful women I just saw, it's okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Give it a try.
But have you ever heard stories like that in other countries? But
I know there are professional or paid audiences.
Paid
And
audiences.
I've seen those in China.
Ah, right.
Because for example, you're taping a show that's going to take several hours, and nobody in the audience wants to sit there for 6 or 7 or 8 hours, right? They start to go to sleep. They say, "Can we go home now?" So they say, "Okay, look, we'll pay you, for 100 kwai an hour or something, 50 kwai an hour." And your job is to sit there, and whenever the camera goes on, you see applaud and be happy and everything like that. So that's fake, but I mean, you can understand why some studios need it, right?
But again, we're talking about this industry, and when you say this is about
making a
industry,
business out
this
of
is
it.
about business.
I've never heard of that in the U.S., but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does exist.
Anything is possible if we're talking about business.
Yeah, it wasn't one of the things I was looking for when I was looking for jobs after graduation. I didn't know it existed.
Next one. Well, how shall we put it? A professional apologizes. If you have maybe a little argument with your friends, or if you have a little fight with don't know, maybe your company, and you're too shy to go
Apologize
to say sorry to the ones that you have to say sorry to, then you'll need to hire someone to do that for you.
Professional apologizer. That's interesting.
You know what? It's more like a union worker sometimes. Let's say if big companies are fighting with each other, not just personal issues. And you need someone who can actually deal with something like that to resolve disputes.
Well, that's the question.
Conflicts.
Who are the clients for this? Who needs it? She says it like a big company,
Maybe.
union, or who would hire?
Individuals? I guess sometimes maybe...
This sounds very Japanese to me for some reason.
I need to apologize to my wife.
Yeah, you're right. Can I hire this person to apologize to my wife? I don't think it's going to work.
But
I think they have different services. I think they're companies like that, right? Offer apology services.
Well, it doesn't say. I mean, whether it's about individuals or about companies, but we have a picture of that company. Basically, what they do is not simply, go to somewhere.
Yes, I see apology service.
What they do is more than just go somewhere and say sorry to someone. They do a bunch of things. It's basically maybe arrange flowers or arrange the place where you would meet, or maybe they would send someone to somewhere.
I think they just come up with ideas to make the other party happy, whatever that takes. Like you have to know the problem, the issue, and then you have to come up with ideas.
I can understand that. I remember one time I had this girlfriend that did a very bad thing to me. To me, yeah. And she was very apologetic. And when I came home to my apartment that night, which she had the key to my apartment, there were balloons all over the apartment, filling up to the ceiling of balloons, and on each balloon was written, "I'm sorry."
Aww,
and I thought, wow, that is amazing apology. And so maybe a company could do that,
Exactly.
these creative apologies. I mean, how can you still be angry after that?
It's part of this.
That's true. If you didn't know that someone else did it for her.
Yeah, now it wouldn't be so fun if she paid someone to do it.
That's true. But if it's your own idea.
But when I thought that she herself, but she could pay someone to do it, but you don't have to know that a service did it. Right?
But the apology would be still sincere. I mean, she just needed
like a
someone
greeting
to help
card.
her.
You buy a greeting card that says, deepest apologies or something, and you didn't write it. So why not have the company actually go apologize? What's the difference?
Part of the reason why this kind of companies or service may exist in China, maybe it has something to do with the
saving face.
Yeah, face issue or men's issue.
I've often joked that those 3 words, 对不起, just don't exist in Chinese because I've so seldom heard.
Why?
I've just seldom heard Chinese say that. It's very hard for them to. That's my opinion. Yeah.
It's harder to say "I love you" in Chinese.
That's
nobody say it. Like the older
that's
generation.
That's even harder. Yeah.
But 对不起, it's more common.
But I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But if you bumped into someone, you say that.
Get out of my way.
That's different. No, that's different. That's different.
Okay.
That's like David. That's like when it's not really your fault. But I'm talking about really. I'm sorry. Like if I can be personal here again. You know, I find that my wife, who's Chinese, when she wants to apologize, she will never say I'm sorry.
Okay.
But she will do something to let me know.
To show that
like she will
sorry.
cook my favorite meal or something like that. And but she will never say I'm sorry. So see, that's
I think
what I'm
that's
saying.
just her character. Like she has a really strong character. It's like, you know.
No, I do agree actually, David.
Gypsy
See,
Bird.
I think it's because
agree
he's
with you.
Chinese. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't notice it.
It left too long.
you were in the U.S. too long. Your mind is gone. You're.
And we'll take a short break, and when we come back, more new jobs.
Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait any longer when it comes to the annual check of lifts. As well as regular maintenance, lift owners are required by law to get their lifts examined and tested every year by a registered lift engineer. The certificate must be sent to Electrical and Mechanical Services Department for endorsement and then displayed inside the lift. Test and examine lifts regularly. It's the owner's responsibility.
And welcome back to Crossover, more new jobs, and this one is, well, personal shoppers or shopping escorts?
That's my thing.
You want to be a personal shopper?
No,
What does it mean? I still don't understand.
personal
What does it mean?
shopper, it's like they, at least one thing they do is they pick out clothing for you. They not, like they look at you and they see what style will fit you and what like belt will go with it. Like
So that way
necklace.
you don't have to go shopping. They go shopping for you.
You go together, I think. Unless they know you really well. Like,
how do they get paid?
by the hour, maybe? I've never hired
So
any
is
of
the
them.
idea is that they know about clothing and they will give
They
you
know about
advice?
clothing, the style, the trend, like mix and matching, things like that. It's when you don't really have a good sense of fashion and you don't really have the time to like go everywhere to shop.
Okay, but you're a woman. Would you hire such a person?
You're a professional shopper yourself?
No, not really. If I'm rich enough, if I have the need
But
to
you would
look
like
pretty
to
all
be
the
a
time.
professional shopper.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
And
Not
here
really.
is, and here is a little information about personal shoppers.
Personal
It's
shopper.
150 to 500 per hour.
Renminbi.
Can you imagine like going shopping with someone and get paid?
Well, if you're good at it, then maybe
That's nice. Like if I go shopping with someone, they pay me 500 kwai an hour. I would do it.
I would like to do it because I hate shopping for clothes.
Okay.
And I also have no idea what looks good. So I would
You
pay
are
someone.
the perfect customer.
It would, for one thing, it would only take me 1 hour.
Okay.
So it would just add 150 to whatever the clothing was.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
would do it because they would say, no, you need to do this, and your
Yeah.
body is this shape, so you need to buy this kind of.
Next time I'll
pay.
go with you.
This is just a little picture of how they work, and I guess this is still more about their consulting service. Say what you should buy, and if you buy trousers like this, and maybe
What should
you need you know,
like what shirt you should get, things like
yeah,
that. What tie?
to come with your trousers or shoes.
Yeah.
And
So they're paid to be very frank and honest with you too. Like,
And also a sense of fashion. Like
Yeah.
you have to have the vision. What looks good.
I guess also it depends on what kind of occasion you're getting ready for.
Yep.
And but this is fairly new, and according to a little survey done on the internet, 80% of the respondents would say they've never heard about a profession like this. 11 say they're interested, but when they've heard about the price, it's
Yeah.
150 for 1 hour. No, thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I mean, like I guess normal, like most of us don't really need it. It's for like the big stars or the really rich men or ladies.
Yeah,
Especially men, like they got to go to these business occasions. They don't know what to wear. They need
Yeah.
someone professional.
What
to shop
about
with them.
the next one? Bargain.
Bargainer?
Bargainers, say professional bargainers. They are the ones who help you save money.
Yeah, but then in the States, like in
Yeah,
most
since
places,
we don't
like,
bargain
you don't
in the
bargain,
States.
right?
We don't bargain.
It's
in
all
the
set
States.
price.
Unless it's like big business, like you're
now there you go.
buying things in bulk or just for your company, not for
Yeah.
your private use. Maybe you need
Yeah.
negotiate. It's more like a negotiator.
But
Price
isn't
negotiator.
bargaining just part of the biggest fun in shopping for you?
No, not really.
No?
Not really.
All right.
It's just like sometimes you know that it's not worth it, then you want it to pay the price that you're willing to pay. But if you're in shopping in the mall or like you can't really do much.
Yeah, but
gonna
I
bargain with
guess if you say personal shopper might be not the thing that you're looking for, but bargaining, they are here
They will
to
save you
help
money.
you save your
Save you
money,
money.
and I guess that's something you would need.
But I don't think they make much, right? How much
It's
do they make?
2,200 a month on average.
Does it say what kind of clients they work for?
I guess just average people, and I mean, we're not talking about big businesses. Yeah.
It's a new industry. You have to be really, you have to know the worth of things, and then you have to be really persistent.
Yeah. I wonder if you can bargain with them about their price.
They are professional.
You will lose every time. Right?
But the thing is, I think these people have to be the ones who really love shopping.
Yeah,
because
and love
this is
bargaining,
what they
And
do.
know the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, move on. This next one, I want to show you a picture first.
What is that? Karaoke singing?
Another one.
Yeah, it looks like a karaoke thing.
But if you look at her face, she's really crying, but at the same time, she's got her microphone. It's professional, say, funeral mourners.
Oh. Is that what it looks? Oh, okay.
You know, because this is the picture taken in Chongqing in southwest China, and the woman in the picture, she's very famous in that area.
In that industry, in the field.
In that industry, in that area. And in Chongqing, they have that tradition. Funerals, you know, it's supposed to be a sad occasion. And it is indeed a sad occasion, but again, what they do is they cry first. And the latter part of that occasion would be turned into, well, a happy moment. It will be like performances, like short sketches and singing.
It's like we've cried enough, now it's time to restore to like the normal state of things. Right?
But life has to go on. I guess that's what they believe in.
That's interesting. So all of that's taken care of by the professional mourners?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they can be providing the package of service.
So in other words, it's like the people who plan like the wedding party or something.
Yeah,
They
we'll be a wedding planner.
They hire the band. They make sure the program goes smoothly. So they hire, so we do the crying and thing, and then we do the eating and the celebrating or whatever.
They're actually putting on a show. It's like your, as you mentioned, the wedding services.
Yeah.
It's like just part of the funeral service, which is, I heard it's a big industry in the States. You actually make a lot of money.
You mean funeral services? Or
Yeah,
weddings?
you don't hear about it, but they actually,
That's interesting.
it's a very secure profession.
I guess, yeah, because everyone dies sooner or
Yeah,
later.
eventually. There are always people dying.
But it makes some sense because actually, even though the crying is fake in some way, I mean, studies have shown, and it seems to me, intuitively obvious that when you like see someone cry on TV or even something, you start to cry yourself. I mean, sometimes I'm just watching some show, I don't even know what it's about. If someone's crying, I start to feel like I want to cry too. So I'm sure it works, even though people know that this woman's being paid. You still cry, I'm sure.
It's just for the atmosphere.
Yeah, it makes an atmosphere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to cry now, even just thinking about it.
Anyway, more new jobs, and this one, well, an interesting one, professional gamers, or say, in these computer games, they have different bosses, and some are not that well equipped, and they want themselves to be better equipped, and they can't do it themselves, so they hire someone to do it for them.
Yeah.
Do you play computer games? Do you play
Yeah, I was
computer
going to say, I'm going to go take I'm going to go take a break now because I have known nothing about computer games.
But I understood what he said. Like,
Yeah,
there are different levels, like you get different points.
Yeah, I do know that. Yeah.
And then if you reach a certain point, you get new weapons where you can use to
So in other words, this.
But you can't do it so well, so you hire somebody.
But this sounds like
to get
cheating to me. I mean, it's like when you're working a crossword puzzle or something, and you go look up the answer and to do a few. That's cheating. I mean, the part of the fun of the game.
That's true, but some people are impatient. Like they want to be the best, but it takes them too long to get there.
But then you aren't really the best. I mean, what? I mean, I don't understand.
Yeah,
that, really
I guess the fun of playing these computer games is the process of winning all these weapons.
Yeah, well, I think what it shows is it's gone beyond just a mere game. Like they really care about getting to that level, and it's not about developing their skill. They just want the feeling of being at that level.
But sometimes it gets frustrating if you keep failing, right? And you want to get I want to get to grade 2, but it's taking me months.
But we're all talking about this virtual world and these computer games, but sometimes these virtual weapons in those games can be turned into cash.
Yeah,
it's some weapons to someone else.
It's quite interesting. In fact, I read somewhere that one of the biggest money makers now is on the web. These virtual things that they buy and sell, they don't even exist, and yet it's a huge industry of people buying and selling
nothing
imaginary things.
But with money or with just points, like on
with credit card money.
Who would do that?
Oh, lots of people online.
They do
but
that.
They don't ship it to you.
No, but it's online.
You get it online.
You get it online. This I know.
Okay.
This
Again?
I hope it's not expensive.
It is expensive. They're in a brave new world.
Is it?
Here. Yes.
Like what? Buying what?
Each individual item is not expensive.
Weapons or what?
No, like for example, they have games where like you're planting a garden and you can buy more like vegetables and buy
Fertilizer.
tools and stuff like that. It's just a little game. They could buy accessories, hats, necklaces and stuff to make the game more fun. People are willing to put not a lot of money, 20 kwai, 10 kwai, sort of
Yeah.
thing. But if you play the game often enough, it can build up to a lot of money. And they got
Yeah.
lots of virtual users. So it's really weird. You have this huge industry, money-making thing where people are paying for stuff that doesn't even exist.
But
It's kind of
this
sad.
is really what the gaming industry is about.
Pretty much
That's
the same
right.
thing. It's just a different
Yeah.
game, right? You
But-
with your garden and me with my
Well, they're virtual games.
whatever.
They're online games. It's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, I've heard about selling and buying IDs in these computer games.
Oh, like if you're really good,
Yeah.
you sell your ID with
Yeah,
your points and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
because the ID has your information about your level and how.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
I
just
get it.
like fake
weapons
ID,
and
you know?
the levels.
They sell. I
It's
graduated
similar
from
to-
this school or whatever.
Yeah, it's similar to the selling and buying of weapons. Just give you some relevant information. In China, the total number of game players is nearly 70 million. So
Wow.
it is huge.
That is
huge
huge.
industry.
We are like the special ones who don't play.
Yeah, we're so out.
We're like we're like the
out.
minority.
Yeah, play simple ones and never
I don't
spend
play
too much time
anything.
on computer games. But anyway, this next one is kind of related, but not the same business. It's online, still about virtual world, but it's related to the real world. Online shoppers.
Online shoppers.
They buy stuff for you, maybe on a bargain price. Maybe something you can't buy. Maybe something they buy from other countries and have
For
them
better
shipped
prices
back
than
or
what you
take
can
it
get.
back.
that
to
makes
China.
sense. I think
To me, that makes a little more sense than in some of this other stuff because the skill of getting online and finding some hard-to-find item at the lowest price is actually it's a service. I
it
mean,
can be
because
time consuming.
It can be time-consuming, and you have to be very good at it and know how to search the internet. Some people just don't have that ability. So
Yeah.
this makes sense to me.
And
It's like you just tell them, I want this thing, and I want it
Yeah.
at a certain price
Right.
range.
yeah, I
and they
guess
can look
this,
for it, right.
this is more about these online stores because I've heard a story is about an owner of online store and she loves traveling all around the world and one day she would leave a message on the online store saying I'm leaving tomorrow or the day after. I'm going to places like Turkey or Tunisia and I'll be back in 14 days. And
Taking
maybe the
orders.
other day she would post another message on the store, say, I'm now in Turkey. I've seen all these beautiful souvenirs, and she would take all these pictures and have them posted on the website. Say, if you're interested, tell me before a certain date, and I'll buy them and take them back home. And you know, this is the price of this kind of souvenirs.
Wow,
That's
that
a
makes
lot
sense.
of work, actually.
Very smart.
But then, let's say if you go to like Korea and you buy skincare, like cosmetics, they have I think they have popular ones that are cheaper than what you can get in China, and you can get like 2 suitcases of these things. You can make money from that.
Hey, I've known this firsthand. Every time my wife goes to the U.S., her friends say, "Oh, pick me up this, this
Duty-free
cosmetic
stuff.
thing," and it's stuff that sometimes it's duty free, exactly, because it exists in China, but it's very expensive.
Expensive.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the obvious thing to go into business just doing that. When you
Yeah.
go there, pick it up, bring it back, and earn money.
Exactly. Okay, well, it's lots of business opportunities online.
Yep.
Yeah.
If it's
What are we
not a-
doing? What are we doing here?
if it's not about computer games. Anyway, move on. Next one. And this one is interesting. It's like lease your body for commercials. We have the pictures. Oh, give you the right message. The picture is over here. He's wearing a T-shirt, He's saying that place is for commercials. And I guess he will his job is about walking around for certain hours a day.
This is not. But I have to tell you, this is not a new job.
It is not.
No, this goes way, way back. Back during the Depression in the U.S., people would sell themselves as living advertisements, and they would just like that. They would have a thing over their shoulders, and it said, eat at Joe's restaurant. They'd walk around Manhattan or whatever with living advertisements. That's an old job that goes way back, maybe even further than that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've seen like back in Manhattan, people with like a board in front of them for stand-up comedian shows,
Yeah,
things like that,
same
and they give
thing.
out tickets,
Yeah,
selling tickets
right.
on the
Same thing.
street.
Yeah, it's an old idea. Yeah.
So what about this? I mean, there's this new well, profession, whether it's new or not. It's like you're leasing. No, it's like if you're a head model or leg model. It's not the whole body. It's your part of your body is used as modeling,
like a
for
billboard
modeling.
or something. Like, yeah.
Well, they're body part models. You're right. There are people who just have such beautiful hands that, you know, in ring or jewelry commercials.
Just like yours.
Just like mine. Thank you. And foot models and all this kind of stuff. So that's, but I don't know about using your body. I don't know.
I've never seen those in China, like a painted commercial.
This is another very interesting story about what's happening in Britain. It's basically what it says is if you blink for 1,000 times, you get 100 pounds. So your eyes can make money too by simply blinking your eyes.
I guess they paint things over your like eyelids, and they go up to you and like blink towards you.
Do you have to come over to you?
Oh, I see.
You have to go really up close. Like imagine you're just walking on the street and somebody come up to you like, look at me, and
on the eyelid is written like some brand name.
Crossover.
Cross eyes.
So basically,
something like that.
Yeah, basically, this is about how innovative the idea is. It's because it's more about attention. If you catch the attention of the public.
Well, I can tell you, if a beautiful woman